Right, guys, another video today. One of my students just asked me to a few questions and didn't understand how to put on the different size trades on the MT4. And as I've said to them, like, I don't want anyone to put on anything greater than say 10 pence per point, especially at the starting point when you're just starting out. So I've said, look, you know what, I don't want anybody, doing that. Get to understand the system, get to understand the live market, get to understand your emotions and how you feel if there's a loss, because even if it's £5 you lose, then basically you're still going to feel the pain. You understand? So that's the reason why I said, get to understand the system, get to know it. So, right, the question was how to put on the different size trades on the MT4. Now, it depends on a few things. It depends on your account size. It depends on how much money you would like to risk. It depends on the type of account, whether is it a spread bet or it's a CFD account. However, this lesson is just about placing the trades, entry, stop loss, take profit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Right, guys, so on this, using my demo account here, just and I'm going to be putting on some trade. Now, this is how we can adjust, right? You can adjust the trade. Now, say for example, if I put, say, the right click on the chart and say I was going to sell. Now it will say, like one click trading. Now, if you go and you click by accident, guys, you will be entered into the trade if you agree to this one click trading, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on the chart, go, and I'm going to click sell. Now, once I've clicked sell at this point, right? Now, basically here, I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to modify. Okay. Now, when I click on modify, right, I'm going to just, because I'm looking to sell, can you see sell at that point here? I'm going to put my stop loss on my stop loss. I'm going to click the up arrow. And all I'm going to do is just move it till it goes above, right? Where it is at the moment. And then I just, my take profit. Okay. Now, say for example, you can either have, say, 1%, or you could say you're doing 2% or 3%, or you could have a monetary value. Now, say for example, this is a £50,000 account, right? So 10% of 1% of this is like £500, yeah. Okay, because we divide it by 100. So we divide by 100, so it's £500. So I could then say, okay, right, my stop loss here. So my entry is there, right? Okay, which is, and then basically now if I move my stop loss, because my stop loss, I'm going to move it to the high, the previous high. So can you see that bit there? It's £273, right? Now my target, if it's 200, I'm looking at 2 to 1, so 273, double that, yeah. So we're looking at this. That's where I'll be. So you can physically look. Can you see 300, 400, 435, and so on? Can you see? If you look on the extreme left, you can see. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at this now, that is, that is basically my stop loss. Again, if I move my stop loss all the way up to there, then basically that would be like £1,762 I'll be risking on this trade. You understand? So you can actually see how much you're risking. Okay. Yeah. Now let's just show you what. Okay. So to delete this, right click, delete. Okay. So let me just bring this down to say, bring it down all the way down to here. Yeah. And just bring it down to something that's easy for people to understand. So if I move it down to 10, right? Let's see what's that 10. What 10 means. Okay. Now, basically, I'm gonna move my stop loss. Okay. My stop loss and my take profit. Okay. And remember, these are market orders, right? So sell, stop, market order. Yes. So basically, now if the market comes down to this point, then I want the market to put me into the trade, right? Now, my stop loss, I'm going to move it to above that point, yeah. So if you notice there, that's what that's £68 risk I'm taking, yeah. Okay, because let me tell you now. Let's look at this. So from here to here, if I put it there, this is roughly 60 pips there, yeah? So basically this is actually, yeah, if you look at that, look at this here, can you see? Here, so therefore on this platform it's a CFD account. So therefore this is £1, okay? If I then go down even further, because remember 10 pence, yeah, 10 pence give you £1. So if I go down to 1, this is 10 pence because this is a CFD account, okay? So what I'm going to do, delete, okay? I'm going to put it there now, and I'm going to do now 10 pence per point, okay? Now, so this is what I've been saying people can do, you know, when you start, you know, even myself, even as a professional trader, you know, because sometimes the market moves 300-400 pip, well, especially GBP currency pair, it's always moving some massive 200 pips in one day, you know, so sometimes I tend to, you know, depends. Well, no, I'm doing a bit more anyway, but anyway, no. So there's my stop loss now. Can you see that, guys? That's 6, because that's 60. That's 10 pence per point, yeah. So if you notice there, yeah, that's 60 pips stop loss. My target now would be 2 to 1, yeah. So I'm looking at this 12 pounds. So that's my 2 to 1. Okay, so I'm risking 1 to make 2. Yeah, I'm risking 1 to make 2. And that's what we're talking about when we say like 10 pence per point. Now, if I was to do this, that with 20 pence, look at that number there, that's 2. 30 pence, 40 pence, 50 pence, 60 pence, 70 pence, 80 pence, 90 pence, £1. £1.10, £1.20, £1.30, £1.40, £1.50. Can you see I'm clicking there, guys? Okay. Now, so let's delete this one now for now. Now, guys, if I say, for example, I was doing £1 per point, right? And I wanted to get into this market, I could basically get into this market here by just clicking on buy, and then look, it will trigger me right into the trade. This is £1 per point, right? This is a pound, yeah, £1 per point. Okay, and I've clicked on buy. Now what you would need to do now, if you decided, look, you know what, it's at the level I want to get in, right, and you want to, then what you would then do, you just double click on that, and then what you can do, you can then adjust your trade, you know, just in terms of your stop loss, to take profit, and so on. Yeah, so basically, so what you're going to do now, you want to modify. Okay, you want to modify your order. So you go into modify your order, and then you basically, you know, well, best if you click on that one, and then modify. So I think this one was a buy. So if it's a buy, then so your stop loss is going to be down, right? So let's go. So I'm going to move because I'm buying here. Okay, so your stop loss has to be below a certain level. Right? Is this a buy or so? My stop loss. Okay, my take profit now. My take profit is going to be higher, yeah. Okay, guys. Now you don't have to do it, you know, too far, you know, because you can actually just see what you want in the chart. Now, if I'm buying and I say I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna pull it there, yeah. Okay. Now that's my entry. My target could be above here. Now, you know, you already have your predefined levels that you want to go in already. And then all you've got to do, say for example, if I had some predefined levels, like this is where I want it to be. Let's change the color on this. Okay. Yeah, say I already predefined my levels. Let's put this level as white for now. Okay. And then say this was already my predefined level. This is where I plan to put my stop loss. This is where I plan to enter the trade if, you know, I'm doing it. And then this is my, say, you know, let's look at the level here. So from here to here, this is 37 pip. Say this is my you know, my stop loss. So I'm risking, say, 40 pips, and then I'm looking now to target 80 pips target. So then I move this up to the 80 pip, right? So I look from there. Where's my entry there? I'm looking for 80 pip. Yeah, so that's it there. So what I'm doing now, I just move. I'm moving my stop loss up to that, my target up to that point. I'm moving my stop loss down to that point. Yeah. So this is if you're doing a point, and this is if you go live into the market. Okay, guys, say for example you can close a trade by clicking on the profit button there. Okay, you can close a trade, take, and so on. So that's it really. If you need more help in terms of how to put these trades on, just let me know. And as I said, you could you could go straight into the market by clicking on this, bam, like that, and then double click on here. So as I said, guys, you just right click on the chart, just copy as, and then, because if it's a buy trade, then basically it's your stop loss has got to be lower. So you just move your stop loss down, okay, and then your target is going to be higher, yeah. And then you just click on modify. And once you click on modify, you can then pull these to wherever you want them to be, depending on what your predefined risk was. Okay, so that's if you go live. If you want to close a trade, you can either click on that. Okay, now what if basically say we wanted to take off partial profit? Okay, you can actually take off whatever profit bits that you want to take off. You can either close a trade, yeah, you can, and so on. So if you need more information on partial profit and so on, I think I'll probably put that in a different lesson but this one is just about, right, how you go about, right, placing the trades. Okay, I hope this helped. Guys, subscribe to my channel. God bless. Speak soon.